we're going to speak with another one of Hoberly's, um, I don't want to say, well, one of her clients, someone else who's had an experience with Hoberly. And I'm going to let her talk about it because it just happened last night, from what I understand. And her name is Kate Keller. Kate, please come and tell us, what did you experience with Hoberly?
Hi, thank you. So, Jill mentioned a word that I often describe Hoberly with her healings, um, and that is profound because each time I experience a healing with Hoberly, it's been profound. And I know that each healing is completely different than the one before, and it's very different for each person. But I've heard so many stories about these profound healings, and I've experienced many of them. I met Hoberly about 8 or 9 years ago. I took a class, I began taking a few classes, and then we became friends. And um, over the past several years, she's worked on me quite a bit. And during COVID, I started participating in her online healings. And I've found that the online group healings are almost more powerful. And from what I understand, the more people involved, the more energy flows and it's more powerful. And I'm a very energy sensitive person, so I feel it. I feel everything. So, my story is about 19 years ago, I had a very bad car accident. I was rear-ended at a stop, but when I was hit, I was actually bent sideways looking at something on my passenger's seat. So my body stuck in that corkscrewed position, and my ribs were 3 inches lower on the left side. And I've been working on that for 19 years, trying to unwind my body. And I've had various shifts over the years, but last night Hoberly had an online session I participated in, and at the beginning of the session, she asked to if anybody had anything they wanted to work on, to put it in the chat. So I asked her to work on my fascia, which I felt was holding my body in that stuck corkscrewed position. So after during the session, I could feel this a light sort of burning sensation, not burning, but like a heat in my left side, which is where I had all the tightness. And then at the end of the session, I just felt very open and I could feel a shift. But during the night, as I would turn over, I would get a little adjustment in my ribs. I could feel the cracks, I could hear it cracking, and I had about 10 of those during the night last night. And when I woke up, my ribs were aligned. So yesterday they were 2 inches lower on the left side, and this morning my ribs are aligned.
I just got chills down my whole back. That's incredible.
Yeah, but this has happened to me with other things working with Hoberly. It's just these profound shifts, and
Mm-hmm.
she's such a gifted healer. And I think it took her this long to realize how gifted she is.
Mm-hmm.
And she's learned all these different techniques, so her technique is really her own. It's a combination of all these various things she's studied, and she's a prolific student of every kind of healing, so her combination just works. It's very comprehensive, I feel.
I
So
think that's
I'm
very
just,
well put.
yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
I've literally tried so many different kinds of healing, and this is just the one that really works for me. And I would recommend it to anybody to at least try it a few times, because every experience is different. The first time you may feel it's very subtle, the second time it could be very powerful. I've had some very subtle healing sessions, but there's always some shift, and I feel like it's always a move in a positive direction. So I'm so grateful for Hoberly and for all the people participating, making the energy stronger. It's just been amazing.